can leverage those options. Any other resources besides that?
Yeah, and so I had written up a white paper years and years ago that basically compares and contrasts. What are the strengths and weaknesses of Agile? What are the strengths and weaknesses of Waterfall? That eventually ended up as one of the chapters in my second book. But bottom line,
it's called shameless promotion right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely, right. Absolutely, yeah. But if somebody wants to contact me, I'll just send you the white paper that says, okay, here is what Agile means, and here are the strengths of Agile, here are the weaknesses of Agile, and here is Waterfall, here's what it means, here are its strengths, here are its weaknesses, and do you notice how the strengths of one are in fact the weaknesses of the other? Right. Further emphasizing that they're essentially ends of a spectrum.
To me, I think if you start to understand the options between Waterfall and Scrum, and looking at that continuum in between, because there is a continuum in between, a couple things stand out to me really quick, though. One is, how good are you as terms of process thinking people, right? One of the reasons I think Scrum has succeeded as well as it has is because a lot of people are not process thinking people. They just want something that's close enough that gets the job done. And if I kind of joke and say, if you're going to do Waterfall and Scrum, it's harder to really screw up Scrum than to screw up Waterfall. I can screw up Waterfall a bazillion different ways. Scrum's slightly harder to screw up because you should learn, if you're any kind of attentive people, learn quicker that you're screwed up, right? I can go a year and a half in a Waterfall project and not learn that I'm screwed up, where I could hopefully learn sooner than that things are screwed up in Scrum.
But then I would argue that you're doing Waterfall wrong.
I know, but I'm just saying, if you're not a process person, if you're screwing things up, it's easier to see that you're screwing things up in Scrum. Well-run Waterfall and well-run Scrum, I like well-run Waterfall. Poorly run Waterfall and poorly run Scrum, I like poorly run Scrum better because I learn quicker that I'm poorly run. And I have an opportunity to do something about it. So the real question is, do you think you have good skills up front? Right? Because that's where a lot of this trouble happens, is in early parts of the project. Are we defining requirements well? Are we defining the charter well? If you're not doing good upfront stuff, that's one thing that's really the difference between them, is that Waterfall really needs some good upfront stuff, right? And Scrum can go, well, my up stuff sucks, but I'll learn quickly that it sucks, and hopefully I'll get something better before the end. To me, that seems to be the nut between them. But Steve's paper is very good as well.
Okay, but I would counter argue that there are failure modes in Scrum that get hidden by the mechanics of Scrum that make you think you're not failing when in fact you are.
I think that's probably reasonably true, though hopefully I still get a release sooner.
Yeah. Okay, but the quote